Welcome to Little Birdie Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Hickett. I'm joined by John Mcleod. He's 1/3 of the Little Birdie Millions punting team, and we've got him on a great day. Brisbane's just gone into lockdown, but I tell you what, it looks pretty luxurious where Johnny is. He's looks probably got the thongs on under the bench, and he's doing the form, and he's probably going to bet all weekend anyway, so it'd be no skin off his nose whatsoever. How are you, John?
You spot the rock with the... Geez, you're on the money there. That was quick. I'd like to back a winner as easy as that.
Well, I'll tell you what, after the lone wolves, Paddy McKenna and Troy Little, they made it look like easy work. So there's a little bit of added pressure. They took the bank from 133,000 to 505,000. I had to bleach the melon. I've just tried to shave it out just in time for the next stream. And I just tweeted out that I'll dye my hair blue. I'll look like a Smurf if these boys can take the bank up to $1 million. So, Johnny, how are you feeling about it all?
Well, they have put a bit of pressure on. I think the Smurf caper. I think you will. I think we're going to have to get you to do the beard as well on the blue and leave the head go.
That's nasty. All right, we can discuss that in the live stream next Saturday. Now, Johnny, let's talk about your background. You're a fourth generation bookmaker, so betting's completely in your blood and in your genes. And does it come easy for you?
Did it come easy? No, it didn't come easy. Oh, the punt came easy for me. It was sort of something that when I was around about 8 or 9, I was going to the track and betting and grabbing little old ladies sort of thing, or blokes sort of thing, and saying, can you put this 50 cents each way and all this sort of stuff on? And then there was even a harder sell to actually go and collect the ticket if it actually won. So it was a tough battle, but I loved it from the word go, just doing the form and sitting there with my old man or mum and trying to work out, watching the videos and all that sort of stuff. It was just another world. And and then when you went to school, high school, and you're playing rugby or cricket or whatever, and you couldn't wait for the game to be over so you could just get down to the track or get to the tab or do anything sort of thing. It was just, it was on for young and old.
And so then who would you say your mentors were? Was it more your family members and the local bookies at the tracks? Or I think on Bet Doctor you said that, you used to get a bit of a cuddle from some of the bookies, and now you're looking for a cuddle now. Who's been your mentors, and how do you cope going it alone?
Well, from the word go, it was Dad for sure, and then my grandfather. He was as far as bookend goes, it was the two of them. I know my grandfather, the last 5 or 6 years of his life, used to come and sit on my stand and just sit there and say, son, get me 100 out of this, and get me 200 out of this, and I'd say, oh, geez, it's hard to get. And he said, well, just turn those knobs. So that was, I was thrown into the deep end there, sort of thing with them. But as far as the punt and the racing and trying to actually getting into ratings and doing the form and all that sort of stuff, I would say main go was Steve Birrett, bloke up here. He was just very knowledgeable, and I think I might have said it on that talk I did with Betfair that in those days you pretty much had to get the after time goes by, they'll let you get in, but you had to do your time before they gave you a little bit of a sniff of what they know and what they didn't know. Whereas these days, I think a lot of people, including myself, throw a bit out there, on the media or social media about what I thought, and you pick up little glimpses of things and you use them, and that's I pretty much, in those days, you had to pick up maybe 2 or 3 things every 6 months, just something that they might have dropped. And, so it took a lot longer in those days to actually learn what probably guys could do in 2 or 3 years. It'd probably take me 10 or 8. So, it's changed. And now you've got to try to keep up with things. You can't rest on your laurels in this game. Once you think you've got something or got something beat, you've got to start thinking about it again.
And you've got macbet.com.au, and you specialise in in Queensland and Hong Kong. You do pretty well at both areas.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We actually went into Melbourne and we went into Sydney for a little while. Both those places as a whole lot. But what I found was it was just too hard to handle. People and their bickering and all that sort of stuff. And so it was just, it was harder than having two 11-year-olds or two 10-year-olds or 8-year-olds running around the place. It was tough, and it's just personalities clash. I clash with a few of them as well, and it's just getting the right people at the right time. And some were really good and some were not so good. So it's just I picked the area and said, okay, I'm going to close down shop here and bring it back to Queensland. And then I love the idea of Hong Kong because I really wanted to get in there. And unfortunately, we sort of pulled back a little bit on Hong Kong a bit, just because of the numbers and the number of people that we've got working. And so it's still going well, and we're showing nice profits. But I really love to get in there. Myself, I do a lot of the Queensland stuff, and my brother and another bloke does the Hong Kong, and I'd love to put my head in there, but I just haven't got the time.
And what about, you said about managing 10-year-olds, how are you going to manage John Walter and how are you going to manage DK? You guys will be so busy talking and yarning, you might even have time to bet. You guys will be too busy caught up in the dribble.
If I have to sit next to toys, I think I'm going to wear a helmet. I'm going to dead set wear a gridiron helmet, but I know there's something's going to happen at some stage. There's going to be a blow up.
It's going to be entertaining.
I haven't sat with John when I'm doing watching the races. I think I've had a few lunches with him and everything, and he loves a chat. So I don't think there'll be much sort of just no words coming out. It'll be just words coming out everywhere, sort of thing. So it'll be interesting. I think a lot of people will get a lot of pick up a lot on what we do and what they do and what I do, and how we come up with a few things. I think that was the one thing that I noticed from your thing with the puppies is the information that they were able to give out and show people. It was very entertaining, and it was knowledge. The knowledge that a lot of people would have got out of that would have been fantastic if you were a puppy man, or girl.
Yeah, it was a ripper. I'm sure it's converted a lot of people, and yeah, just the way they knew the dogs was just incredible. And Troy's usage on the Sky Active remote was something to behold. He could just reverse the tape just within like seconds or millimeters on the film. There, it was a sight to behold. But John Walter is a big tapes man as well, so I'm looking forward to that sort of battle between you guys to go on the fly on the review, because I know you're a big tapes man as well. But let's have a look at tomorrow's races. Hopefully they go ahead. We've got a race at the Gold Coast there, the Aquis Gold Pearl Quality. It's a 2-year-old race that's spouted a couple of winners. All of a sudden, there's some stables that sort of target these horses on the back up to A, some of them are trying to qualify into the race, but B, they like the fact to back up these 2-year-olds at that particular Gold Coast track. What do you think about that?
I never liked it, a long time ago, but I suppose it's a matter of how strong your 2-year-old is. If they look like 3-year-olds, it's not going to be a problem. So it's a matter of what type of 2-year-old you do have. I think, if they can handle that, and it's you've got the fitness edge, and like these sort of horses here tomorrow, it's going to be a wet track, and if it's wet next week, well, they're going to have a big fitness edge over the rest of the field as far as getting through, a similar track or the same track, and it's going to be a positive for these type of horses as long as it doesn't flatten. If they have a real tough run and just hemorrhage the last little bit, we definitely don't want to be on the next week. But if they run through the line and they've got that fitness edge underneath their belt, I think it's going to be a big positive. Because I don't know I haven't looked at the weather report for next week, but we're definitely getting a little bit of rain all the time here. So I think the track's going to play a soft 6 around there, maybe even possibly a soft 7.
Okay, and then There's a lot of horses cramped in the market. If we have a look at the top sport market, we've got Miss Hipster 370, Rhapsody Rose 390, 460 for Swift Witness. I think the Merlehans have got a share in that one. Alice Through $6, Miss In Charge $6, and then Illicit Affairs $15, and Better the rest. What's your early lean without going into the race in too much detail?
Oh, Miss Hipster, it's just a quality horse. There's been only 2 horses that I've seen in the last probably 3 months that I've been watching, going down the track, the 2-year-olds that have really stood out. One's Miss Hipster and one's a horse, I think it was Ranch thing last week, the thing of Wallers that actually failed. But I think he got the tongue over the bit, but he was a lovely type, a lovely colt. And this is a filly, and she's a lovely filly, big, strong horse. If she, I think she'll handle the wet. Her mother's by, it's not a single doubt. And they love the wet. I just think that she's going to be strong at the finish. She's a quality horse, this one, and I think she'll be very hard to beat.
And then can she go on with it the week after?
Well, I think so. I think this is a good little hit out for her, because she's only had an 800-metre run the other day at Ipswich when I didn't know whether she'd show enough speed to lead a few of them, and she did. But I think, this 1100-metre race, it'll be a cracker. Whereas if she missed this one and she was going into a 1200-metre race on a wet track next time and being such a big horse, that might have been a little bit of a question mark for her. So I think this is one of those ones that are perfect. Perfect.
Cool. All right. Well, if you want more of John's thoughts, head to www.macbet.com.au. He's got great analysis across the Queensland and Hong Kong cards. If you want to join the stream, Little Birdie Pod, and hit the Magic Millions tab, and it's pretty easy. You sign up with TopSport and follow the links, go into the benefit section and deposit anywhere between 50 and 500 to get access to the live stream on Gold Coast Magic Millions Day on the 16th of January. Johnny, I want you in cotton wool. I want you to get real fresh for next week. All the pressure will be on you with Gold Coast as the major card, and I want a big night's sleep on Friday night. I know you like to play up.
I'll be there early. I'm going to be down there earlier than I said to you, so I can get back. I'll pull the pin on Noosa one day early, and so I'm up there doing the form up there, and I'll pull the pin on one day early so I can get down there nice and early and ready to go.
Beautiful. That should give you guys plenty of confidence at home. John is one of the best judges in Queensland, and he's been in the game for a very long time, and he's a 4th-generation bookie. So he's the guy that you want to take on TopSport. Thanks for joining me, John.
No problem, Scoot. See you next 2 weeks.
Can't wait. See you, mate. Bye.